Hello, my name is Dr. Cray, and I'm here to talk about depression. I went on Twitter, and in some scheme to come up with a vlog, I was like, everyone ask me a question. My whole DM box, is just filled up with people. How do you deal with depression? How do you deal with being sad and being lonely? And that's what basically every question was about. I guess I've publicly gone through depression on the internet. I have, for sure. People have ridden those emotional roller coasters with me and gone through mistakes with me and watched me learn from them. So I guess this vlog should be about how I dealt with depression and anxiety and how serious it is. I mean, I was born with anxiety and depression. I have PTSD. Like, I went through shit when I was younger, and my mom went through shit, and my grandpa went through shit, and I come from a family of people who did drugs and abuse, and so I've been there, and I have PTSD. Like, I have trauma, and I think that's what fuels a lot of creativity, and a lot of creative people create because they're trying to recreate this shitty shit that they've been handed. How did I deal with my depression? I first realized, really realized that I was dealing with sadness was of course when I was a teenager, and it's probably was triggered by puberty, and then you start having all these crazy feelings. You're like, oh, and you start feeling heartbreak, and nothing hurts more than your first heartbreak. We all know that pain in your heart, and you're like, oh, they say heartbreak, my heart, it really hurts. Like, in real life, it really hurts. I remember when there was this one point, and I was taking sleeping pills, and I wasn't going to school. I was just taking a sleeping pill in the morning, sleeping all day, waking up, then taking a sleeping pill, sleeping all night, and then I was like, whoa. That's not a good cycle. And that was probably when I was 15. I remember days when I would stay up and watch the sunrise and be like, ew, I'm depressed, I think, or I'm really sad and I'm crying. And, I think it was just me getting in touch with all these things that I was thinking about. And there's definitely a time in your life, especially when you first realize, hey, I'm not just sad. I am eternally sad right now. And you're gonna go back and you're gonna think about shit. You're gonna think about shitty shit. So the best thing to do when you start realizing, look, I'm depressed, how do I deal with this? You have to feel that depression. Don't try and mask it with drugs or alcohol or anything. You have to sit there and you have to feel those feelings. And that's the hardest thing to do, especially because most of the time when you start feeling like that, you're in high school or you're dealing with a million other things. You just want to run away from all those feelings, but you shouldn't. You should sit there and you should feel them, and you should think about everything rationally, really rationally. What would my mom and dad do? Because you're just making a whole new mess for yourself. Because, okay, yeah, you can go drink and get drunk, and then what if some other dumbass shit happens while you're drunk? And then you really just fuck everything up. Or you cut yourself, and then you fucking die, and then you're like, damn it, you fucked up. So don't fuck up when you're depressed. Just don't fuck up. Try and stay on a steady path and go head on with your feelings. And with me, when I went head on with my feelings, I wrote everything down. I was writing, drawing, whatever, just anything, and I have all these journals for years and years of just drawing, writing, blah, blah, blah. These books are short, straight to the point, and you can pick them up in anywhere in the book and read it, and they will help you with your life. This book right here is called Creative Visualization, and it is by Shakti Gawain. I probably said that so wrong. But this book will change your life. I guarantee you. Go on Amazon right now, buy yourself a motherfucking copy for $2. If you are an artist, if you are anybody who wants, you will learn how to create your own life with this book through positive affirmations. And I know I sound like an idiot and I sound crazy to some people, but this is real shit. If you're a teenager or some person out there who's just depressed, use this book right here to change your life. This book right here will change your life too. Art and Fear. And it is by David Bayles and Ted Orland. And this book will change your life too. This is for the artist right here. It's a very good book. And it will teach you a lot about yourself. So, a lot of depression when you're younger comes from questioning yourself or just trauma that you didn't deal with until you realize, like, hey, I'm a human being. Like, this shit fucked my life up, you know? Anyways, moving on to anxiety. Anxiety rules the world is what my motto is. Anxiety is insane. I have the worst anxiety. And I've always had anxiety and I never realized it until I knew what it was. But the doctors always called it me being a fainter. Oh, she's a fainter, she's a fainter. But it was anxiety. I was having panic attacks. I didn't know how to deal with it, and it still happens till this day. I didn't know I had anxiety for a long time, and then once all this, shit just started popping out at me all the time, all these crazy celebrity appearances and radios and people being weird to me and shaking my hand, and I got really bad anxiety, especially before shows. I mean, there's like pre-show jitters, but I would have like full-on anxiety. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor prescribed me Klonopins and didn't really explain to me anything other than like, this will help you feel better. I started taking the Klonopins, but I would only take them like before a show or if I was going to go on a plane or something like that. And then when I wasn't on the Klonopins, I was really crazy, like in my room, because I would be on tour for like 2 weeks and I would take them. And I would take them normal. I wasn't abusing them because I didn't know that Klonopins were like some shit that people be like, yeah, turn up, we're gonna take some Klonopins. Anxiety is all in your head. That's the thing. Anxiety all comes from your thoughts and just panicking. And your brain goes into panic mode, then your body goes into panic mode, and that means your intestines go into panic mode. And before you know it, you think you're gonna shit your pants and die and pass out. And I've been there. I go there. I've been there. I had my son. I couldn't have anxiety like I used to. I couldn't. Like I would used to go to the mall by myself and be in line at Sephora and have like a panic attack for no reason. I would just feel this in my body, and it wasn't even like my mind was like, don't feel like this. Do not do what you think that is gonna, don't do it, Now that I have a baby, it's like my body is like, you can't do this. Like, my mind won't let that thing happen because, no, I can't feel like that in front of my son. I can't feel like I'm gonna faint while I'm holding my son. It doesn't work like that. And that just proves that it's all in your mind. So, my best advice for anxiety is learn how to realize it's all in your mind. And the worst that you think is going to happen isn't going to happen. You just have to calm down. No, depression affects you like physically. It doesn't affect you as quick and as fast as anxiety does. Like, anxiety will take you 0 to 100 real quick, It's funny, I was talking to my mom and my grandpa the other day, and they were like, yeah, we're just not happy people. We're just not happy people. Yeah, that's just our family. We're not happy people. And I was laughing at it because it's like, it's true. None of my family is really we're not happy people. We're not like laughing and smiling all the time. But if you understand what's going on and why you're sad, then you're not really depressed. Depression is when you're just like, I have no idea why I'm sad. Everything is going wrong, and I just don't know why it's going wrong. If you know why something is wrong, then fix it. That's Dr. Cray's advice on depression and anxiety. I hope I helped some of you guys. Leave some comments and I'll answer some if you have some more questions about it. Oh, also, if you're really tripping out, there's these vitamins that can help you. You can get them at GNC or somewhere. Passion flower vitamins, kava kava tea, stuff like that might help you out.